Hello everyone.
Hello Miss Sari.
Sari.
Miss Sari.
Miss.
Hi.
Halo Ibu Sari.
Can we start this webinar?
How are you today?
Okay.
All right. All right. Assalamualaikum. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you today?
Good afternoon.
How are you, Mrs. Dewi?
Very well, Bu Sari. How are you?
I'm good. Finally, we meet again for the second webinar. Did you join our first webinar last Tuesday? If you missed our first webinar, you can download the material on Simulec training website because today we will continue the elements from last webinar. For the first, let us pray and praise to our God. Because of His bless and mercy, we can come together without any obstacle here with healthy condition on this webinar. The Honorable Simulec team and developer of CATC curriculum, SMKN 57 Jakarta team, also the industry representatives from Mercure Cikini Hotel, Mrs. Natalie as Talent and Culture Executive, and Chef Evelyn Yvonne as Pastry Chef in Mercure Cikini Hotel. And the last, our beloved students of Vocational High School. Let me introduce myself. My name is Afnilian as the moderator and Mrs. Dewi as presenter for today. Mrs. Dewi teach pastry and bakery product in SMKN 57 Jakarta. Before we start the webinar, let me remind the regulation during the webinar. Please mute the microphone, fill in the attendance list on chat box. If you have the question, please write on chat box or click the right hand sign on your screen. For all students, please make attention to the webinar material because you will have an assessment at the end of the session. Now, please Mrs. Dewi present the webinar material about prepare and produce pastry and cake. The screen is yours, Mrs. Dewi.
Thank you, Miss Sari, for your have a good moderator for me from our first session. Thank you very much. And now we'll continue to the second day of webinar. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. The Honorable Simulec team and developer of CATC curriculum, the Honorable, the industry representative from Mercure Cikini Hotel, Mrs. Natalie, and pastry chef, Chef Yvonne, and the last our beloved students of Vocational High School. I hope today we are still in health condition and always keep healthy protocol, yeah, and that is the most important for nowadays. On Tuesday, we have learned about prepare and produce cake. Yeah, last day we have learned 2 elements from 5 elements. So the rest is 3 elements will be learned and will be explained today. Today we will learn element 3, 4, and 5. I will share the screen. Okay, everyone, on Tuesday we have learned about prepare and produce cake. And now we will continue to the rest of the element. It is about how to prepare and produce pastry. Yeah, the differences between cake and pastry. Of course, it is from the butter and from the dough. Yeah, cake product we call it butter. Yeah, and pastry product we call it the dough. Why? Because cake product, it is liquid, yeah, but pastry, it is solid. So that there is a differences terminology from cake product and pastry product. Okay, before I start, I would like to remind you and inform that there will be a written question at the end of the session, yeah, like yesterday. All right. All right, I will explain the third element. Yeah, these elements comprises of 7 performance criteria. And the first performance is select required commodities according to recipe and production requirements. And second element is prepare a variety of pastries. And the third, produce a variety of pastries according to standard recipe and enterprise standards. Next, use appropriate equipment to prepare and bake pastries. Use correct techniques or method, yeah, to produce pastry to enterprise standard. 6, bake pastries to enterprise requirements and standard. And the last element is select correct oven condition for baking pastries. Yeah, those are 7 performance criteria that you have to get in this element. Next, from the first performance, they are still the same with our last element. Yeah, they still talk about flours, sugars, eggs, yeah, milk, cream, gelatin, pouring and essences, chocolate, and also fats. Yeah, fats including oils, butter, and margarine. Yeah, basically, cake product and pastry product have the same ingredient or the same commodities. Yeah, next performance will be identified, yeah, throughout the class, and I will explain in detail. Now, yeah, we talk about commodities in pastry. Also, there are sugar, kind of sugar, fondant, yeah, we have talked it before. So now I would like to show you the picture because you have to know the differences between all ingredients. For example, sugar. There are many types of sugar you have to know. Yeah. For example, there are 4 pictures of sugar. This is only to remind you. Yeah, anyone of the participant here can mention those picture, what type of sugar. Yeah, anyone? Bisari? We have 4 picture of sugar. Anyone can mention what the sugar? From A picture, B, C, and D.
Anyone from our participant? Oh, all right. There's Firelda who already raised hand. Please, Firelda.
So the picture of sugar, the A is powdered sugar,
Yes.
is castor sugar,
B, castor sugar. Okay.
C is granulated sugar,
Granulated. Yes.
and D is brown or palm sugar.
All right. PJ, you are right. From the picture A, we call it powder sugar. Yeah, or other terminology is icing sugar. From picture B, it is castor sugar. Yeah. C, granulated or crystal sugar. And D, it is brown sugar or palm sugar. Good.
Mrs. Dewi,
Yes.
Fikri already answer also in on chat box.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he answered C is crystal sugar and D is brown sugar.
Okay, good. Fikri, you are right. Next. There are glucose. Yeah, we have already know from last material, there are two glucose that we have know in pastry industry. Yeah, A is liquid glucose and B powder glucose. So there are two glucose that we ever meet in pastry kitchen. Next, fondant. Yeah, of course you can meet fondant for decoration in cake. Anyone can mention what kind of fondant? From A, B, and C, those are fondant, but different type. Anyone can mention or raise hand or answer from the chat box?
Anyone who want to answer about the Mrs. Devi question about the fondant? Maybe Mrs. Devi should continue this slide.
Okay. I will explain that number A, A is a layer fondant. So you roll the fondant into the layer for cover the cake. And B is liquid fondant, the fondant that has been tempered for glazing. And C is figures fondant. So that is fondant that put on the cake to make a special event or special cake. Is it clear? Ya, clear ya besar ya. Next. Flour, of course the flour is still the same, but for pastry product, we usually use a medium flour. Yeah, medium flour or pastry flour, it is the type of flour that used in pastry product. Different from the cake product. In cake product, we can use soft flour or medium flour. But usually in pastry, we use medium, strong, or pastry flour. Yeah, that is the type of flour that we have ever met in the marketplace. Anyone can guess what is the type flour from the picture? We have learned there are 3 types of flour.
No one, Mrs. Devi.
Oh yeah, I will tell you that from D, it is medium flour. Yeah. C is soft flour, and D is hard flour. It's differences flour for different product. Yeah. So when you make pastry product, you have to choose B or D. Yeah. Next. It is about eggs. We have learned before. Yeah. Eggs and dairy products and substitutes. Milk, cream, fats, oil, butter, and margarine. This is the picture of eggs. Anyone can tell what type of egg?
Is there different eggs, Mrs. Dewi?
Yes. Yeah.
I
Of course.
think I just want to see. I just see the A.
A. Yeah. A is, you know, A. Picture A. Yeah. A is fresh egg, as we meet in the marketplace. But now in pastry industry, also other egg, yeah, that always use. For example, B, it is frozen egg. Yeah, when you want to store egg in a big quantity, you can choose this type of storage. Yeah, frozen eggs. And C is powder egg. Yeah, and D, it is the way when you want to separate white egg and egg yolk. Yeah, by hand. Also, you can use egg separator, but sometimes when you don't have the tools, you have no the way to separate white egg and egg yolk. Yeah, that's besaring. Yeah, next. Milk. We also have many types of milk. Yeah. From A, it is fresh milk, as we know. B, it's powder milk. C, evaporate. And D, condensed milk. Yeah, the differences is from the consistency. Yeah. Picture number C, it's evaporate milk. It's more light than fresh milk. Yeah, but number D, it condensed milk is very light and contains many percentage of sugar. Yeah, from B, of course, this is fresh milk that that has been dehydrated into the powder. Next, it's cream that always used in pastry too. Number A is a single cream. B is double cream, and C is whipped cream. Yeah, A is more light, yeah, and D is more thick than cream A. Yeah, whipped cream is the cream that always used for topping and filling in pastry. The taste is A and B, it is plain. But C, yeah, whipped cream is a little sweet. Whipped cream, yes. And next is oil. There are many types of oil. I will show you. A, it is olive oil. Yeah. B is corn oil and C is vegetable oil. The differences is, of course, the contents of fat and the color. Yeah, olive oil is more clear than the other type of oil. Next is butter and margarine. Yeah, A is margarine and B is butter. Yeah, the differences is the milk content, of course, and the melting point of the fat. Okay, that is the slide that I want to remind you about our last session on Tuesday. I will continue the next material. Yeah, that we see there are picture. Yeah, it is puff pastry. Yeah, I want to explain you the basic knowledge of puff pastry. Yeah, pastry by definition is a mixture of wheat flour, fat, salt, and water. Yeah, that is the basic definition of puff pastry. Yeah, pastry comes available in several forms of types. Yeah, there are short pastry, yeah, puff or flaky pastry, and choux pastry. Yeah, for example, short pastry is savory and sweet pastry or shortbread. Yeah, puff pastry is made up of hundreds of alternating layers of fat and dough. Yeah, as the name implies, puff pastry will puff up in the oven to produce like flaky, crispy type product. It doesn't contain any leavening agent or baking powder, but can rise up to 8 times of its original size. Yeah, the pastry is suitable for sweet and savory products as it doesn't contain any sugar. Yeah. Now, what type of flour can you use for puff pastry? It is necessary to know. Why? Because medium strength flour, which will give a gluten structure of reasonability elasticity. So when you want to make puff pastry, it's better if you choose medium flour. Yeah. How about fat? Yeah, there is little doubt that the best quality puff pastry is made using butter due to the melt in the mold quality. Yeah, as butter has a low melting point. This, however, causes many handling problems due mainly to the low melting point of the butter and its rather unstable consistency. Yeah, pastry, fats, and margarine, which are made especially for puff pastry, are produced from high melting point, oil and fats. Yeah, they have good spreading and molding characteristic on the plasticity. Yeah. The type of pastry is usually defined by the amount of fat. Usually, for instance, there are full pastry. Full pastry is 100% of fat based upon flour weight. Yeah, it is used for a very flaky product. Yeah, like full of fang or gousses. Yeah. Second is 3/4 pastry. So contain of 75% of fat. Yeah, based upon of flour weight. Yeah, it is used mostly for all general puff pastry items product like cream horns, yeah, turnover or fruit bundes. Yeah, half pastry is 50% of fat based upon flour weight. Yeah, used mostly for a product where little leaf and flake. Yeah, for example, from pork pies, yeah, pasties, palme, or slices. So there are three ways that we can use for fat: 100%, 75%, and 50% of fat. Yeah, upon flour weight. Yeah, another ingredient used in pastry also salt, yeah, water, lemon, or vinegar. You can add vinegar too to replace a lemon. Maybe you don't have lemon. Why lemon juice are added in the dough of pastry? Because acid have a toughening effect on gluten and are sometimes used for this reason. Yeah, it also prevents a natural discoloration of the dough during the storage. As we know, puff pastry always stored in the frozen. So to keep the color good, to keep the color still glossy when it is baked, you can add acid. Yeah, you can use lemon, vinegar, yeah, to keep its color. And next, temperature and equal consistency of dough and fat. Yeah, if butter is used to produce high quality of puff pastry, refrigeration is necessary to keep the pastry cool and prevent the butter from softening. Yeah, as I explained before, if you have a puff pastry, you can store in frozen or store in the cooler. Yeah, ideal temperature for fat is 15 to 20 degrees Celsius. But it is also depends upon the temperature in the production area. It's better when you produce a pastry, you are in the cool kitchen to avoid the melting of the butter. Yeah, for successful lamination, it is important too. Yeah, that the following precautions are taken. For the first, do not roll pastry out too thinly. Yeah, do not roll too thinly when folding, as the dough may be overextended. Yeah, causing it is fracture. You know fracture. When you roll it, the dough is very thin, it will fracture, or in bahasa patah. Yeah. And next, give sufficient rest period between folds to allow the gluten to fully relax. So when you have rolled the dough, you have to relax, yeah, to resting the gluten content. Next, use a medium strength flour for dusting purposes. Brush off any flour during the lamination process. Yeah, because when you bake and there is still flour, it will see. Yeah, the flour will not blend into the dough. So please, when you rolling the dough, when there is still flour, you have to brush. Yeah. And next, keep the addition of trimmings to a minimum. Yeah. Minimize the trimming of the dough. Yeah. When you cut or when you roll, try to minimize the wastage. Okay. Next. There is the picture of the product, yeah, puff pastry and millefeuille. What is the pronunciation, Bu Sari? French pronunciation?
I don't know how to say it in
Anyone here can pronounce French spelling from the picture that I have right?
Saya.
Yes, Miss Belly. Belly is French teacher ya, Bu Belly?
Iya.
Ya, please.
Yang mana?
A, B, C, D.
Oh, kalau yang E itu Amerika, puff pastry, biasa pastry, puff pastry.
Puff pastry, Bu
Ya,
Belly.
biasa puff, biasa.
Next.
Kalau yang ini baru, kalau yang ini pakai bahasa Prancis. Dia millefeuille.
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 Vol au vent.
All right.
Kalau
And
yang
and the last,
sauson aux pommes.
sauson
Aux pommes.
au fond.
Pom
Sauson
biasa.
aux pommes.
Pom. Itu dalamnya itu ya, kentang ya?
Yes, that's right.
Apel.
No, pommes is kentang.
Oh, pomme de terre. Kalau kentang pomme de terre, kalau pom itu apa?
Oh.
Okay, sosong,
Opom.
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 Sosong opom. Okay.
Thank you, Madame Deli. Merci.
Oui, de
Merci
rien.
beaucoup. Okay, next. Okay, next we learn about method of making puff pastry. Yeah, we have 3 methods that always a bakers or a pastry cook know. Yeah, first is French method, English method, and Scotch method. Yeah. First we talk about English method. Yeah. English method. First you have to prepare is mix the dough or ingredients until smooth. So all the ingredients you mix and you fold or you mix until smooth. Yeah. And next mold into a bowl. Yeah. Cover and rest for 20 to 30 minutes. So when it has been smooth, you have to make like a bowl. Yeah. Cover and rest them for 20 or 30 minutes. And next is prepare the fat to the same consistency as the dough. Yeah, so the consistency between the dough and the fat must the same. Yeah, the hardest or the consistency, the wet is have to the same. You can touch when touch the dough is more tender or more tender. So the fat is have to more tender too. Yeah, and then pin out the fat into the rectangle. And the last pin out the dough to a rectangle, a half as long again as the fat and 3 to 4 centimeter wider. Yeah, brush off any flour. And brush any flour of the dough which has no fat on it and fold it over onto the portion which is covered with the fat. Yeah, as in diagram, as in the next picture, then fold the dough with the uppermost over. Yeah, that is English method. Next is French method. Yeah, French method. The step is mix the dough or ingredient until smooth. Same. Mold into the bowl. Yeah, and cut cross on top. Yeah, like this. This is French method. Make like an envelope. Yeah, after that you put the fat in the center. Yeah, prepare the fat to the same consistency as the dough. Yeah, the same. Pull down the point, forming the cross and pin out the dough to form a star or square brush of any flour. And using a rolling pin carefully with even pressure, roll out the dough into a rectangle. So the result is the same, English and French. Yeah, it must be a rectangle, but the way to put the fat is different. Yeah, and the last step is pin out the dough into 5 millimeter thickness and give the required number of half turn or book fold with the appropriate rest in between turns. And the last method is Scotch method. Yeah, the step is cut the pastry margarine into cubes and add to the dry ingredients. Yeah, it is different. For the first, you have to cut the fat and mix with dry ingredients. Yeah, and then add the water and mix the dough until it has just clear. Yeah, and do not develop. Yeah, so the puff pastry doesn't contain any yeast, so it will not develop. Yeah, and then form into a rectangle or square and brush off any flour. And the last step is pin out the dough into 5 millimeter thickness and give the required number of half turn or book fold with the appropriate rest in between turns. So that is the method of puff pastry. And then we we learn about lamination aeration. Yeah, lamination aeration is the rolling and folding of pastry so that individual layer of fat and dough are formed. Yeah, the fat turns into oil when the pastry enter the oven. So it keeps the layers of dough separate. Yeah, the water in the dough turns to steam and forces the layer of fat apart by its pressure. Yeah, that is what happened when puff pastry is baked. Yeah, and then next, puff pastry turn. We know there are two way of puff pastry turn. The first is half turn and next is book fold. Yeah. We also other terminology from this way. Half turn is single fold. Yeah, single fold. What is single fold? Yeah, puff pastry made a half turn requires 6 half turns. Yeah, the pastry is first pinned out into 5 millimeter stick and kept as a rectangle. This is very important for even layering. Yeah, and then for 1/3 on the pastry over as in the folding of the fat for the English method. Yeah, of incorporating the pastry margarine. And then a book fold, as you see in the picture, book fold is like a book when you see from this side. Yeah, book fold. So pastry is pinned out first into 5 millimeter thickness and kept as a rectangle. Yeah, this is very important. And the two opposite ends are folded into the center. So the folding is like a book.
Mrs. Dewi.
Yes.
Before you continue the slide.
Yes.
There is a question from Ahdan Faros.
Ahdan? Yeah, Ahdan.
Ahdan Faros. Have two questions on the chat box. What type of color is suitable for coloring croissant dough? Croissant, is it right to say it croissant? Croissant?
Croissant.
Croissant. Yeah. What type of color is suitable for coloring croissant dough? And water-based coloring or oil-based coloring? Please answer, Mrs. Dewi.
Yeah. Thank you, Adan, for the question. For coloring puff pastry or this laminating dough, you can use a water-based color. Yeah, so when you resting the product, yeah, before baking, we usually brush the top of the product. Yeah, yeah. In the egg wash or in the milk wash, mix egg or milk and additional color. Yeah, water-based color to make the color is up. So when it is baked, the color will golden brown or into the dark brown and will be glossy. So yeah, besides you use egg or you use milk, you can add other colors too. Yeah, but water-based as the same as the egg and milk base.
Mrs. Dewi, another question from Binta.
Binta, yes, Binta.
Yeah, Binta have question, what happens if the puff folds too much?
Yes, what happens if?
The puff folds too much.
The puff
folds too much. You can read on the chat box.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. What happens if the puff folds too much?
The puff folds too much. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Binta, for the question. If the puff folds too much, yeah, the layer will not see clearly. Yeah, and the product will too dry. Yeah, so when you put the puff, you can use 4 steps. Yeah, single fold, double fold, single fold, and the last is double fold. Yeah, so you can use for two types of folding, single and double, or half turn, or book fold for 2 times for each turn. Yeah, so single fold, double, single, and double. Is it clear, Binta?
Mrs. Dewi, another Fikri Prasetyo help you to answer the question, the Binta's question. Fikri help you to answer the Binta's question.
Okay, thank you, Fikri.
Yes, he said,
you have at the answer. Maybe later the shape will not be good. Yes, of course.
Yes.
The shape will not be good, and also it looks too dry. Yeah, and the layer is not really see. Thank you, Fikri, for your answer.
Yes, there's Neni Murniawati. I'd like to ask a question, please. Yes, maybe Neni can say the question.
Yes, Ms. Neni.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Ibu Neni. Where are you from?
Before I ask a question, I would like to introduce myself.
Yeah.
I am
Sorry,
a teacher from
Neni, we can hear you clearly.
Western Tenggara.
Sorry, Miss Neni, we can hear you
teacher
clearly.
from vocational high school number 3. If ada consider is already can you hear my voice?
Miss
No.
Neni.
Yeah, hello.
Miss Neni, sorry, we cannot hear you clearly.
Hello. I'm going to run my box.
Sorry, Miss Neni, we cannot hear you clearly.
Hello. Aduh, sinyalnya. Any simple Indonesian.
Maybe you can write the question on the chat box, please, Miss Neni. Maybe you can write the question on the chat box.
Some countries method mention to for
Yes. Oh, we got your question, Miss Neni. Thank you. Mrs. Dewi, there's a question from Miss Neni Murniawati.
Yeah,
Is there any simple Indonesian method or some countries method besides mentioned commonly used to fold pastry?
Yeah. Yeah, because puff pastry is from French, so the method we follow is from European method. Yeah, so when you fold the puff pastry, of course we use the original method if we want to get the best quality of our product. Yeah, is there any simple Indonesian method or some countries? Maybe from the terminology looks like hard. Yeah, it's look like difficult. But when we have tried the method, yeah, it is not really difficult. Yeah, when you maybe you can see on video, yeah, many video about puff pastry folding. Yeah, it is simple, but for the first bakers, we should learn from the first single, yeah, single fold first. Yeah, single fold. It's like the picture on A, yeah, and a double fold is like the picture on B. Yeah, when you don't have the dough sheeter, you can use rolling pin. Yeah, but the prerequisite or the requirement is you have to work in not really hot condition. So you have to work in, yeah, not too hot condition. Yeah, you can keep the temperature cool to avoid the melting of the fat. Yeah, so and between the folding, you have to keep on refrigerate. Yeah, that's prevent the fat melting. Yeah, Bu Sari, that is the answer. Anyone can add my answer?
How about it, Mrs. Nani? Is it clear for you?
Mrs. Nani, still there?
Yes, Miss Nani, I think she want to write on chat box. Oh, Mrs. Nani said clear enough. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Miss Nani.
Okay, I will continue the material, Bu Sari.
Mrs. Dewi, there's one question again from Putri Anjani.
Oh, from the chat box.
Yes. What is the difference between puff pastry and croissant? Are they same dough or not?
Okay, thank you, Anjani, for the question. Basically, puff pastry is a flaky pastry. Yeah, different from croissant. Yeah, puff pastry not use yeast in the dough, but croissant use little yeast. Yeah, the consistency is different. Yeah, puff pastry is flaky and have many layers in the product. But croissant have layers, but not really flaky. Yeah, still soft on the croissant inside. Yeah, is it clear, Anjani? Of course, from the shape is different. Yeah, puff pastry is like a shape windmill, yeah, and then curry puff, triangle, envelope. That is the usually shape from puff pastry. But croissant has its characteristic shape, like a moon, yeah, moon and star. Thank you, Anjani, for the question. Any other question, Bu Sari?
No, you can continue the slide.
All right. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, now we talk about Savoy short pastry. Yeah, Savoy. Savoy is not a sweet. Yeah, Savoy short pastry is mainly used for cakes, pies, biscuit. Yeah, Savoy tartlet and cheese powers. Yeah, the difference between sweet short pastry is the sugar content. Yeah, which is little or known in Savoy pastry due to the softening effect of sugar. Yeah, savory pastry tends to have increased gluten development, which is increases the possibility of shrinkage during baking. Yeah, and now we learn about how is the mixing method. Yeah. First, you have to wrap lard and flour into the crumble. Yeah. Mix cold water and salt. Yeah. Pour onto fat and flour mixture and mix until clear. Yeah. This method is used for example, cheese, cutlet, and barquette. Yeah. The main ingredients of savory short pastry are fat and flour, usually of the ratio 2 fat and 3 flour, or 1 fat and 2 flour. Yeah, other ingredients are egg, salt, water, or milk. Yeah, please refer to the note in sweet short pastry for ingredient function. Yeah. And now sweet short pastry. Yeah, sweet pastry has an addition of sugar, but this has effect on the gluten that needs to be controlled by altering recipe ratio. Yeah, all these pastry have a close consistency, and they are baked are very heavy in the eating qualities. Yeah, addition or aeration to this pastry achieves better eating quality. So giving a more pleasant sensation from consumption. So that is the picture of savory short pastry. Yeah, this is basis and this is the product. Yeah, basis should docking. Why? Because avoid the flopping from the basis. Yeah, this is other product. Yeah, strawberry pie, peach and almond filling pie.
Wah,
Yeah.
nah,
Yeah, next I will show you a video in apple pie making. Yeah.
All right, please wait a moment. I will share the video. Oops.
The video will be played in bahasa.
Masih di mute, Bu.
Participant, the video will be play on Indonesian language or in bahasa, but I will try to explain you in English.
Kali ini kita akan belajar bagaimana cara membuat apple pie. Ya. Apple pie adalah salah satu hidangan klasik yang sangat digemari oleh semua kalangan, ya, karena memiliki tekstur kulit yang renyah, crunchy, dan diisi dengan apel. Ya. Memiliki cita rasa yang asam, manis, dan segar. Ya, untuk lebih jelasnya, mari kita ikuti video berikut ini. Bahan-bahan yang kita butuhkan untuk membuat kulit pie, pertama adalah tepung terigu protein sedang 340 gram, lalu margarin 120 gram, unsalted butter 60 gram, kuning telur 4 butir, dan garam kurang lebih setengah sendok teh. Untuk bahan isian, kita membutuhkan apel sebanyak 2 butir. Ya, kita pilih apel yang teksturnya keras. Bisa menggunakan apel Malang atau apel Granny Smith. Lalu lemon, ya, kita membutuhkan jusnya maupun kulitnya untuk menambah aroma. Lalu yang kedua adalah kismis sebanyak 50 gram. Ini kita cuci dulu ya supaya kotorannya hilang. Nah, lalu kita butuh butter untuk saute, unsalted butter kurang lebih 60 gram. Ya. Lalu kita butuh kayu manis untuk aroma. Di sini Ibu menggunakan kayu manis batang. Nah, agar mendapatkan aroma, kita nanti terlebih dahulu harus merebus kayu manis ini. Jika kalian punya kayu manis bubuk, itu akan lebih baik. Ya. Lalu garam setengah sendok teh, ya, untuk menambahkan rasa manis dan gurih. Dan ini adalah palm sugar. Kita membutuhkan 100 gram. Dan biskuit kran. Ibu menggunakan biskuit Marie, ya, sebanyak 60 gram. Nah, biskuit ini nanti kita hancurkan hingga menjadi bubuk. Nah, untuk mengentalkan kita menggunakan tepung maizena kurang lebih 2 sendok teh. Nanti kita cairkan dengan sedikit air. Ini adalah alat-alat yang dibutuhkan untuk pembuatan apple pie. Pertama kita siapkan dulu lemon. Ya, lemon ini kita ambil kulitnya. Ini kita parut kulit bagian luar lemon, tapi tidak sampai mengenai bagian putihnya. Ya, karena kalau bagian putihnya ikut keparut nanti rasa kulitnya akan pahit. Ya. Kita mulai. Ini sudah cukup. Sekarang kita mulai mencampur bahan-bahan kulit. Ya, pertama kita masukkan dulu tepung terigu protein sedang. Lalu kita masukkan butter, ya, 60 gram. Kita membutuhkan butter yang suhunya dingin. Jadi terlebih dahulu setelah dipotong butter ini kita simpan ke dalam chiller. Ya. Lalu kita masukkan margarin, ya. Sendok. Setelah margarin masuk, lalu kita masukkan garam. Ya. Kita masukkan juga kulit lemon yang tadi kita parut. Kulit lemon ini untuk menambah aroma pada kulit pie yang kita buat. Dan setelah itu baru kita aduk dengan menggunakan teknik rub-in. Ya. Teknik rub-in itu adalah teknik mencampur bahan-bahan kering atau bahan-bahan yang sudah kita masukkan ke dalam bowl ini hingga terbentuk adonan pasir. Ya, kita bisa menggunakan pisau, bisa menggunakan pastry cutter, maupun kita bisa menggunakan scraper ya. Sekarang ini sedang digunakan. Nah, ini kita aduk ya seperti ini. Ya, tidak boleh menggunakan telapak tangan. Kenapa? Karena telapak tangan kita ini panas. Jadi kalau panas kita pegang adonan, nanti adonannya akan meleleh lemaknya. Pasir ya, kita masih terus aduk lagi sampai gluten yang ada dalam terigunya ini tidak keluar. Seperti ini sudah cukup ya. Ini hasilnya adalah seperti ini. Ya, sudah berpasir. Nah, kalau sudah seperti ini baru kita buat lubang di bagian tengah. Ya. Setelah itu kita masukkan kuning telur. Ya. Ini Ibu masukkan sekaligus 4. Ya, kenapa? Karena kita tidak boleh terlalu lama mengaduk. Jadi kuning telurnya harus sekaligus dimasukkan. Selanjutnya kita siapkan bahan-bahan yang dibutuhkan untuk membuat isian. Pertama kita prepare dulu lemon ya. Lemonnya ini kita ambil jusnya. Bagi 2. Pertama kita kucurkan ke dalam air yang untuk merendam apel. Ya. Yang kedua kita butuhkan untuk isian, tangkungnya di sini. Ya, sebanyak setengah buah kurang lebih. Ya. Oke, ini lemon. Lalu ini adalah air dari rebusan kayu manis yang tadi kita rebus. Lalu di sini maizena. Maizena ini harus kita cairkan dulu dengan air. Lalu kita aduk. Ini sudah selesai, ini sudah bisa kita pinggirkan. Lalu kita siapkan apel. Apel ini kita kupas ya. Kita potong dulu bagian pinggirnya. Ya, baru kita kupas. Lalu kita potong apel ini ya, jadi 2 bagian. Ya. Lalu kita buang bagian tengahnya. Ya. Kita potong seperti ini. Ya. Jangan terlalu tipis, jangan juga terlalu tebal. Apelnya kita masukkan ke dalam cairan yang berisi pisang agar tidak coklat bagian luarnya. Selanjutnya kita akan siapkan madu biskuit ya. Ini kita hancurkan dengan menggunakan ini. Ini adalah biskuit yang tadi sudah dihancurkan dan bahan-bahan ini semua akan kita olah menjadi bahan isian apple pie. Seperti ini. Dah. Sekarang kita mulai menggiling adonan kulit di atas meja. Kita siapkan mejanya dulu. Lalu kita dusting dengan flour. Tidak boleh terlalu banyak, sedikit saja. Lalu kita ambil adonan yang tadi. Ya. Kita siapkan di tengah meja. Lalu kita mulai menggiling dari bagian tengah ke atas, tengah ke bawah. Nah, ini sudah cukup tipis ya. Sudah cukup tipis. Ya, lalu kita siapkan loyang yang dipoles dengan margarin. Jadi setengah bagian ini kita untuk alas ya, dan setengahnya lagi untuk menutup. Jadi di sini adalah segini ya. Ini kita potong. Lalu ini kita masukkan ke dalam pie. Dah. Baik Sobat SMK dan anak-anakku sekalian, sekarang waktunya kita lihat hasil dari praktek kita hari ini. Ya, kita akan potong apple pie yang tadi sudah kita buat. Dan akan kita lihat tekstur yang dihasilkan. Nah, ini aromanya sangat harum ya. Dan ya selera. Kita lihat di sini tekstur dari adonan pie sudah memenuhi kriteria, yaitu dia ketika dia dihancurkan akan rapuh seperti ini. Ya, lalu bagian pinggir ini warnanya rata. Begitu juga dengan bagian bawah, tipisnya rata dan warnanya rata. Sekarang waktunya kita mencoba apa yang kita buat. Ya. Bagaimana rasanya? Sangat enak, ya. Kulitnya crunchy, ya. Bagian isinya asam segar, dan ketika kita punya lumer di mulut. Ya. Demikian pembelajaran kita hari ini. Selamat mencoba, semoga bermanfaat. Billahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
All right, thank you for watching. Maybe Mrs. Dewi can explain a little bit about the video.
Thank you, Bu Sari. That is the step of making apple pie, yeah, from the dough that we have learned before. I want to explain you the characteristic of apple pie. Yeah. From the texture, yeah, apple pie should be a crisp, yeah, but not a tough pastry shell, yeah. And a pastry and filling should hold their shape when cut, so there is no too much crumbling, yeah. Apple or other fruits should not fall away from the pastry, yeah. And the crumble should be crispy on the top. Yeah, from the color, pastry and crumble should have a golden brown finish. So the top should be glossy, and the color from beside should be the same. Yeah, fruit should be dark brown in color. Yeah, from the taste, pastry should be sweet but not overpowering, especially for fruit pie. Yeah, that should be a fresh taste from the fruit itself. Yeah, and fruit mince should be rich with complex fruity and spicy flavor. That we have used cinnamon for the spicy. And pie filling should reflect the major fruit use and not be overpowered by additional other flavoring. So apple flavoring, acidity should be dominates in the pie. That is the characteristic of apple pie or maybe other fruit pie. That is the highlight that I want to explain about this video.
All right, Mrs. Dewi, before you continue, there's questions on the chat box from Teresia Sakristi. What kind of vegetables that we can use to make a cuisine? How to pronounce that?
Yes, maybe.
Or any kind of savory pastries. And
maybe from
Teresia.
From Teresia, what kind of vegetable, Teresia?
Yes.
Yeah, this is it is basically savory pie that from original France. Yeah, usually they use cream, smoked beef, and cheese. Yeah, for the filling. But we can also add spinach. Yeah, to the filling. Yes, spinach before you blanch it first, and then you slice and add as a filling. Or maybe when you, if you want to replace the spinach, you can use any other vegetable, yeah. But that you have to remind is choose the vegetable that doesn't too much water content, because it will make your pie base will spoil or will be too wet. Is it clear, Teresia? Thank you.
For the next question. Thank you, Teresia, for the questions. Next question from Constantius Virgil.
Yeah.
In making puff pastry, we usually use butter sheet. And can we switch it with regular butter or margarine?
Or in making puff pastry, we usually use butter sheet or coarse fat. Can we switch it with regular butter or margarine? Yeah. Usually butter sheet or coarse fat that we use, it is regularly in puff pastry product. But when you don't have that kind of butter, you can still use any other butter or margarine. But first you have to mix with little flour. Yeah, and you have to strict with the temperature. Yeah, because butter or margarine have melting point that maybe when you are in a hot condition, it is easier to melting. So that is the high risk. But when you, if you still meet butter sheet or coarse fat, it is better you use coarse fat or butter sheet. That's my answer, Bu Sari.
All right. How about the answer, Constantius Virgil? Is it clear for you?
Virgil, are you still there?
Yes, he already answered in chat box. Thank you for the explanation, ma'am.
You're welcome, Virgil.
And the next question, Mrs. Dewi from Virelda Jaconia.
Yeah.
What if we also add the egg whites to the dough?
Yeah. I think it is not really necessary to add egg white. Why? Because when you add egg white, it's contained of many water content. Yeah. So when you mix white eggs to the dough, the gluten will come up. Yeah, it will be more elasticity. As we know, we talk about puff. Yeah, on puff we don't need really elasticity dough. Yeah, it is better if you replace the egg white, yeah, into the dough. But if you want to use little quantity. Yeah, Virelda.
Is it clear for you, Virelda? Virelda, are you still there? All right, Mrs. Devi, for the next question from Mrs. Neni Murniawati.
Yeah.
The first question, I found a recipe of croissant use half of margarine and half of coarse fat. Which one is better for the best texture, using fully of butter or coarse fat? Or maybe both half margarine and coarse fat? And the second question, could be possible if we add some kind of fruits for apple pie, besides apple only?
Maybe the first question, I found a recipe of croissant use half of margarine and half of coarse fat. Yeah, which one is better for the best texture, using fully of butter or coarse fat, or maybe both? Yeah. Yeah, I think for the laminating, you should choose coarse fat or special butter. Yeah, or butter sheet. Yeah, butter is different from but laminating butter. Yeah, the texture. The laminating butter is not too thick, but butter is thick. Yeah, and butter is easy to melt in hot condition. But coarse fat, yeah, it is not too easy to melt. Yeah, I think for the laminating, you can use coarse fat or special butter. But for the dough, you can use butter because butter have a special characteristic to the puff pastry of to the croissant. I think for laminating, you can choose laminating butter or special butter for croissant, but for the dough, you can use butter or maybe unsalted butter. Yeah, it is the best choice for the dough in croissant. And the second question, could be possible if we add some kind of fruits for apple pie? Yeah, yes, many other fruit that you can add to for the filling of pie. Yeah, but that you have to remind is the texture of the fruit. Yeah, choose the fruit that not really wet. Yeah, because when you choose the fruit that have much water, it will make your base pie too wet for serving. Is it clear, Bu Neni?
Yeah, Mrs. Neni said well done. Thank you, Mrs. Dewi, for the answer.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Maybe you can continue. Before you continue, Mrs. Dewi, still one question for you from Hanifa. I would like to ask question, what happens if the puff pastry dough stays at room temperature for too long?
Yeah, thank you. Hanifa, sorry for Hanifa. I'm just mute my Zoom. Yeah, I will explain you for your question. When the fat is melting, of course the layer product in it will not see. Yeah, it will too wet because the fat in the layer of your product is melting. Yeah, so the result is the layer in the product will not see, and your product will be wet. So it is very important to keep your product in refrigerate and stored in the frozen when you don't bake it. Is it clear, Hanifah?
Is it clear for you, Hanifah? Yeah, Hanifah said, yes, clear, ma'am. Thank you for your explanation. Thank you, Hanifah.
You're welcome, Hanifah.
Okay,
now I will continue a little bit about the other elements. Yeah, decorate and present pastry. It is about a performance criteria. Yeah, there are 3 performance from prepare a variety of fillings, coating, icing, glazes, and decoration for pastry. And the next is decorate pastry using coating, icing, and decoration according to the standard recipe and enterprise standard and or customer request. And the last performance is present and display pastry to enterprise standard using appropriate service equipment. And this is creams, yeah. Shopper filling for pie, samosa, curry puff, as we see in the picture, yeah. Meat based or vegetarian filling. It is only limited by the imagination of the bakers. So for the filling, you can use any kind of fillings, yeah, from sweet or savory fillings. Next, we learn about decorate pastry and enterprise standard that you have to remind in this time is presentation will depend on where the product is going to be displayed. Yeah, inside of building product, maybe display on platter or on plates. Yeah, while outside it will need to be protected from the outside contamination by applying a covering or clear packaging. Yeah, presentation should profile the product, yeah, and entice the customer to consume the product. Yeah, this is the present display to enterprise standard. Depend on occasion, formal, casual, in-house, take home. Of course, it's need a different presentation. Yeah, this is the last element. Yeah, about storing, store at correct temperature and condition of storage. This is very important to maintain maximum eating quality, appearance, and freshness. Yeah, this is the store at correct temperature. Yeah, room temperature, protect from outside contamination. Yeah, don't forget to date your product and labeling. Yeah, to maintain maximum eating quality, of course, you have to produce as needed. Yeah, make in a small batches and protect from contamination. Thank you, Ibu Sari. That is the end of our material that we have learned. And I give the mic to you.
All right. Thank you, Mrs. Dewi.
Come.
Maybe you can stop share screen. All right. Before we continue the next session, I will reminding for all participants to fill in the attendance list for the students, teachers, and feedback on chat box. Yeah. Also reminding the assessment for the last session. All right, moving right along. For this session, I would like to greet the industry representatives from Mercury Cikini Hotel, Mrs. Natalie as Talent and Culture Executive Chef and Chef Evelyn Yvonne as a pastry chef in Mercure Zucchini Hotel for sharing the industry experience. Mrs. Natalie, this screen is yours.
Thank you, Miss. Sorry, I can.
Afnilian.
Miss Afnilian.
Yeah. How are you, Miss Natalie?
I'm good, and this is for Chef Yvonne. Good afternoon.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Natalie, we cannot hear you clearly.
Hello, everyone. My voice is here. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Miss Natalie.
Yeah, I think because of the mask.
Yeah. My name is Natalie. I'm Talent and Culture Executive from Mercure Jakarta Zucchini. And my partner here is Evelyn Yvonne as a chef pastry in Mercure Jakarta Zucchini. So both of us will to share to Miss Neni.
Maybe Miss Neni write something on the chat box. Yeah. Maybe Chef Evelyn can write the answer on the chat box also for the question. All right, Chef Evelyn, there's one student who raised her hand. Yeah. Binta, any question for Chef Evelyn?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Hello, my name is Binta. I am from 57 Vocational High School. My question is, what cake is the most characteristic of the Mercure Hotel?
We have many cakes for dessert, especially slice cake. Slice cake, creamy cake, but you mean the most, right?
Yes.
Do you mean is the most popular cake, right? Or
yes,
the more popular cake?
More popular, yeah, of
or
the Mercure Hotel.
Cake maybe.
Yes.
Special cake from Mercure.
Special cake. Mercure.
Mercure.
Is many cake for dessert. For the special, we have every month we have menu of the month, but is the special cake, I think so, because we have so many cake for dessert, but no special. I think all the cake is special.
Okay, thank you for the answer.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Any question from all participants for our industry representative? How about Miss Neni? Is already answered for you?
Hello.
Miss Neni?
I've been asked on a chat box. Yeah. Hello, can you hear my voice?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, the signal was upside and down here, and then something that I would like to ask is about, could you please share to all of us here, do you have any tips for a new beginner businessman for pastry product like banana bollen or something like that? Any suggestion or give us a suggestion, especially for my students, yeah, as a new beginner businessman, especially for pastry product.
All right, Mrs. Neni, we get it, your question.
Do you, yeah, thanks a lot for the explanation. I'm waiting.
Yeah, thank you, Mrs. Neni. Please, Chef Evelyn.
Okay, Miss Neni, I try to answer your question with bahasa. Is okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Ya, puff pastry bila kita tidak bisa membuatnya di rumah sendiri, itu sudah banyak puff pastry yang sudah jadi. Ready puff pastry. Sudah banyak dijual untuk membuat banana bollen. Tapi menurut saya kalau untuk memakai puff pastry untuk banana bollen, itu terlalu crispy ya, terlalu flaky untuk adonannya. Miss Neni, can you hear my voice?
Yeah.
Miss Neni already right.
Yeah.
Get the answer.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, adakah tips lain selain membeli puff pastry instan misalnya?
Untuk banana bollen, untuk adonannya sendiri itu ada adonan sendiri buat banana bollen.
Yeah. Oke. And then ada lagi Ibu tips yang lain. Ada beberapa siswa saya yang baru memulai usaha jadi entrepreneur muda.
Spesialis untuk usaha banana bollen ya Bu ya?
Iya. Something like that. And I would like to know more how to give them the motivation, something like that.
Ya, banyak latihan, more practice.
More practice, and then find some new recipe, maybe.
Find out the banana bollen recipe in Cookpad, Google. So many recipe for banana bollen.
Okay, yeah. For the other one,
maybe you can try in Cookpad. I suggest you to try to find out
you
the
have to make by yourself.
Yeah.
Mr. Zul Setiawan said, yes, you have to make by yourself. That's cheaper. All right, thank you, Mrs. Neni, because
I decided buying in.
All right, Mrs. Neni, because it's already 3 p.m., we want to close the session.
Yeah.
Okay, Mrs. Neni?
Yeah, bye.
Thank you so much for your question. Thank you for our industry representative from Mercury Cikini Hotel for sharing. Thank you for Mrs. Natalie. Thank you for Chef Evelyn from Mercury Cikini. And thank you for Mrs. Dewi for presenting the webinar material. Thank you for all students. Thank you for all students, teachers, Simolec team and all participants who join this webinar. Yeah, let's remind, don't forget to fill in the attendance list for students, teachers, and feedback on chat box. Also reminding to complete the assessment. I already write on the chat box for you, the students. Oops. Yeah, you guys must finishing the assessment. To get the certificate from Simolec. If you need the materials and the video record, you can check Simolec training website because the whole things about this webinar series will be uploaded on that website. Before we close the webinar, we invite you to open the camera because we will take a picture together for our documentation.
The recording has stopped. This meeting is being recorded.
Right. Can you open the camera, please? Still have closed the camera. All right, I will counting 1, 2, 3. Cheers. For the second screen. 1, 2, 3. Once more. 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you for all participants who joined our webinar from webinar day 1 and day 2. We apologize if there are still errors during this webinar. We hope we can fix it at another time and another opportunity. We also hope the webinar material can be another reference for you that can be applied in learning at your school. Good afternoon, stay healthy, and have a good day.
Thank you all the participant, teacher, and Ibu Evelyn, Chef Evelyn, and Ibu Natali. Thank you for joining this webinar. Have a nice day. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The recording has stopped.